The views expressed in this presentation are those of the host and guests and do not represent the views of any lodge, Grand Lodge, appended body, or any other person or persons whomsoever.
Brethren, we are at Refreshment.
Eminent Grand Commander of the Knights Templar of the State of Illinois.
Joe Farrell, past master.
And Mark.
Patrick Robin.
Companion Derek Hilfer.
You are so fired up!
And I've made so many good friends, some that drag into podcasts.
Confirm.
All day.
And you want to fix it, you want to help with the purple tassel.
There's no, don't worry about it. You won't get it.
I myself am part of that 10%.
To join the shrine, the Scottish Rite.
You're here.
Five, four, three. Welcome everyone to the At Refreshment Masonic video podcast. You should know me by now, but my name is Wesley Reuter.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows me. And let's meet everyone else that's here. You got?
What's going on, everybody? Yoshi, Villa Park Lodge, number 1113, and a slew of other things.
And our guest today we have...
John Meek, they just pulled me in off the street.
Yeah.
All the way from Bulgaria streets.
indeed.
The streets of Bulgaria.
It's human trafficking. Help me. But they lured me with beer and promises of candy.
Hey, we got to get you in here somewhere, huh?
We just didn't have the white van.
No, we didn't have the white van.
Yeah, these guys, a real sloppy operation.
So, John, I know you're from the States, but now you're living in Bulgaria.
Yes, indeed.
We'll get into why you're here in a minute, but give us a little bit of your Masonic background here and in Bulgaria.
Oh, that's a
Just
really...
so you know, a little bit. It doesn't have to be everything.
That's a good-looking question, Wes. I'm past master of D.C. Gregere in Wheeling, correct? In Wheeling, Illinois, which is on the north side of Chicago. Sitting Grand Representative from the Grand Lodge of Illinois to both the United Grand Lodge of Bulgaria and the Grand Lodge of Russia. Honorary member of Makedonska Zora Lodge, number 24 in Bulgaria. Honorary member of Jonesboro Lodge down in Jonesboro, Illinois. And I'm a member of Hesperides Lodge, number 114.
Sure.
In Portugal. Again, just like good brother Yoshi here, in several other things. Honorary member of honorary secretary of the Bulgarian Grand Chapter, the Widow's Sons.
Nice.
Holy Royal Archknight Templar priest down in Athens, Greece, Alpsus Priory, and I'm the Secretary of Metropolitan College number 1 of the SRIA in London. There's probably something else. Swords of Bunker Hill. I'm the only member in Europe of Swords of Bunker Hill.
Nice.
We tried to get that out here, and it didn't work out so well.
Yeah, I remember.
It'll happen eventually.
Hacks.
No, it just, you know what? It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. Timing and stuff.
That's a hard sell, though. That's such an obscure. It's a good group,
It
but an
is.
obscure group.
Yeah, it really is. But you know, one day it'll happen.
Keep going. I got to turn this off. It's annoying me.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
everyone.
Well, now that
That's
the
all right.
producers left, we can get away with whatever.
Whatever we want, we could do and say whatever the heck we want.
There we go.
So, is Wes still selling heroin, or is it?
Black tar, baby, black
And
tar.
we're back. All right. I couldn't handle it anymore.
No, it was loud. It was loud. But you know, I don't know if they could hear it. But
Yeah,
you know,
they'll be able to hear it. I forgot.
Should we restart the whole thing?
No.
No,
Who cares? Sound quality.
No, it's all right.
Only 10 people watching us.
And you 10 people, don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and pay and donate.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We could use that.
So, before I forget, Marty wanted me to ask you about your
Here we go.
Masonic heavy metal career.
Oh, well.
Marty decided, he was going to some concert today or something. Where was he going?
Yeah, where didn't he invite me?
Oh God, I can't remember what he told me. He had something to do today.
I'll put it up on the screen.
We're not filming on our normal day.
No.
And a lot of guys couldn't make it out.
They didn't want to.
You know.
We recently just had our external hard drive crash with the Zoom episode I did with John here
That was a
earlier
good
in the year. So he decided that he was just going to fly out here just for this. So.
Oh yeah, he was like, you know what? I'm coming back from Bulgaria. I'm gonna do this. I need to be on your show. You guys are the greatest ever.
Yep.
Really. But
I agree with him.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about that music career experience.
It all started back years ago. Long story short with me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't worry. This is why we had it.
Basically, I promised to help the Grotto, and a chance arose with there's a bass player from a famous. I mean, he's famous. It's like, well, we're big in Japan. They really are actually. They're big in Europe. It's called Jungle Rot. He was doing the talent searches for a bar that was here in Chicago. We got talking over too much alcohol one night, and
always happens.
Yeah, these things happen.
You talk when you drink? No.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what happened in China. But, over that, But no, that's a true story. But so we were talking. He's like, you know what? You get 3 bands, I'll give you the place for the night. And that turned into the Grotto Fest, where we brought in death, black, and thrash metal bands from not only Chicago, but when I didn't know this, they told me. I got a call from Jimmy Gennis, that bass player. He's like, yeah, you ever heard of Pickaxe Preacher? No. He's like, neither have I. They just saw the thing on Facebook. They said they're coming in to do the show. And they drove in all the way from Detroit.
Oh, wow.
They did it 2 years in a row. And none of the bands ain't made any money. The bar nobody made any money. Okay, the only thing the bands were allowed to keep were their swag sales.
Right.
Okay.
The full cover charge, the raffle, everything went to the Grotto.
Nice.
And that's my Masonic heavy metal career in a nutshell. So I have a special relationship with the Grotto. I'm not actually a member because some people are too good. Yeah, I don't know. But that's the thing. I did that show for them. We did that show, and the arts and masonry and charity all meshed into one. And that's the thing. There's actually a number of Masons, and one I can't mention his name, but he's a well-known musician over in Eastern Europe. He's a brother.
Nice.
I mean, you have I think there's guys over in bands here. I think that now I heard on
Dez from Cold Chamber.
yeah, that's what
Driver.
that's Dev. What's his name?
Dev.
He's a
Yeah, from Cold Chamber and Devil Driver.
Yeah, Cold Chamber was one of the coolest concerts I've been to.
Yeah, man.
it was a good concert,
that's one of the guys I was kind of hedging around. They're just Masons all over the place in the art. Well, yeah.
No, I'm laughing because when I saw Cold Chamber, I can't tell the story in case the guy's watching. I did something stupid, but anyways, that's why I was laughing. So
Did it involve taking down your trousers? Okay, it can't be that bad.
that was when I had 2 legs.
Now the third.
No, honestly, because Mikey, a couple guys have actually got to meet Dez a few times when he's come into town and everything. He tries to be accommodating. I mean, you can't have everybody show up to, so, but they, every time
single
they
lodge in Chicago at the show.
Yeah, all of a sudden just shows up, and it's like, it's more Masons than rock metal fans or whatever. But
Thank you, no one for paying for a ticket.
Yeah, everyone I've known who's met him said he's a great guy. Me and Marty keep on tossing the idea of trying to get him on the show, but
I told
when
you,
you're busy, you're busy.
What about James LaBrie from Dream Theater? He's supposed to be a Mason too.
See, I don't know that.
Yeah,
That's what I had heard.
I
I heard that by way. I heard that by way
I've
gossip.
heard so
I don't know if
many
it's
people,
true. Phil
I've
Collins,
heard
those guys.
But I've also heard that wasn't true. Phil Collins.
I've heard both ways.
I have
That's
no
the
idea.
one that-
I haven't had a chance to talk to Phil. He's not taking my calls right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Shaq too. Shaq won't return our phone calls or our messages.
Yeah, they get
Shaq.
like that.
We're waiting, bro. Whenever you want to come, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I didn't mean. I'm sorry. I dunked on you.
We didn't mean
right.
to trash you in front of our 5-person audience.
But,
Come on.
We want people on. We try to do different things. Like I said, show a different side of Freemasonry.
I got an idea. Why don't we do and I'm serious. Let's do a concert either here or over in Europe, simulcast it over the show.
I'm sure I could find somebody to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, somebody can figure out how to do that for us.
Yeah, no, I'm
funnel all the money.
Game for everything. We've had. I was filming lodges.
You're game for anything?
It's
Europe. Nobody
filmed
cares.
lodges, and all that, like a year's worth of filming,
Yeah.
is just gone right now. So we've got to start over.
That's okay.
So
No, let's
I'm
think
game for
about it.
anything,
Let's
'cause I guarantee I'm gonna get a phone call. Mr. Reuter, we can't get the information you want, and I'm gonna be pissed. So
I'm glad my old episode's gone.
I know I went off on a little rant of probably West moment or whatever.
Look, dude, relax, man. Hopefully they'll be able to recover whatever the stuff, dude. You know, like just to be optimistic
we'll get
about
into
it.
at the break. But no, you want to put a concert together at Refreshment, sponsor, host it, we can figure it out.
New Hiram's highlights do Meeks / at Refreshment.
A little Meek music.
Yeah, no, we have a legitimate business. For
No,
this.
I know you do. I just say Meek music. Obviously you didn't get it, even though it's your name.
Yeah, I know Meek music. I got you.
So,
I'm just being willfully offended right now.
So, all right. Well, the reason why you're on the show is because,
To take guff, yes, thank you.
well, you wrote some books a couple of years back and revised them. You've got a number of them. I'll put them up on the screen. But let's get to the first one that we're really not going to talk about. There is a reason why, but the Italian symbolic rite. And you wrote this with...
Emiliano Bartolozzi. Emiliano, if you hear this, I will not talk about this without you, so this is only a 2-minute thing.
Right.
This is a hugely influential book, lots of good information. It is unique, at least in the English language. I don't even think there's a book like this in Italian. So, Emiliano, if you're out there, let's do a show together. Otherwise, you're all going to have to wait.
Yeah, because I purposely waited on reading this. I got 2 chapters in, and you're like, nope, I only do it with him. I'm like, let's just wait.
He doesn't actually like the books. It's just for a
no,
show.
no, because
No. Believe it or not, John, he reads everything.
I am
We kind
all
of like
new
thumb
to-
through it. We're like, all right, hold on. Let's get the cliff notes here.
I'm all new to doing the editing and everything, like Zoom, when doing the interviews, and then I'm all like, I'm going to screw them up, and I screwed yours up, so see what
No, I screwed mine up. Did you hear some
it's all right,
some
but-
things I said?
Anyways,
Seriously.
this is only what,
That's like
90 pages?
90 pages. No,
90 pages. I pick it up, read it. We'll definitely do a
pick up,
interview
read it,
about that.
return it. Don't.
Pick it up at the library.
No.
Another one you got. We'll go through this one real quick because this is more like a picture book, I would say.
Well, that's more. This is a lodge. It's the best little lodge hall in Texas. Thank you, Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. I'm DeLuise.
Oh God.
God, I haven't. Wow.
The Chicken Ranch.
Yeah.
But this is
Cannonball Run, baby.
no, that wrong movie.
No, he was. Dom DeLuise was in.
Well,
Cannonball.
he was in all those movies with
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds and stuff, but this is from a completely different
Well, that
movie.
I know, I know.
Can't mention it here. But this really is like a photo book with one lecture given by Honorable Brother Thomas Terry. Hello, Brother Terry. From Lavernia Lodge, Brayhand Lodge number 226 in Lavernia, Texas. This lodge, and they've recently because there was damage to the lodge. I think it was like an earthquake or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they redid all the murals. But so they're completely different now. These are the original.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they've been touched up over the years and everything,
Right.
but
Yeah.
these are how they were painted in the 50s. And you have your alchemical symbols directly in a lot of this stuff. This is the only one I've ever seen in America with a Masonic rebus.
You know what? You're right. I have not seen a lodge with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put it up on here for everyone to see. But you're right. I have not seen this in a lodge. I've
Right.
only seen it.
This is it.
in a lodge in books.
Right.
That's it.
Haha. But this is the only one in the United States I've seen. And this book I promised them years ago because they were very good to me when I was stationed in Texas with USDOL, that they were very good to me. I'll do anything I can to get them known. I was originally going to write an article. One thing led to another. 10 years passed. So one early morning at 5 o'clock, it popped up, hey, self-publish a book. So I did. And it's got a picture of every single mural in that lodge, including a couple of the jewels they had and everything, which are unique to this lodge. And that's what this is. It's a memory of Brayhand Lodge number 226, and it's artistic esoteric value. So that's a little different from the other ones I did, and I co-authored that with, like I said, Honorable Brother Thomas Terry. Hello, Tommy.
Yeah, this is a neat little book. This actually inspired me to film other lodges. All the film that I was just complaining about losing. Just to paint a picture of Masonry in that area. Hey, this is the lodge in your area. Come check it out.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to do.
I got to talk to you about something a friend of mine in Europe's working
This
on.
inspired me to do that.
Yeah,
so
no.
that definitely did. You were saying?
Oh, I got to talk to you about a similar project in Europe.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that later. All right, we'll get into this. You know what? Since
Teasers. No, wait. What
Teasers,
does River Song on Doctor Who say? Spoilers.
I tried getting into Doctor Who and I can't.
And you call yourself a nerd. Get out of here. Go get me a beer.
Look at man,
can't
honestly,
think of
dude,
anything
I
quick
can't either, dude.
I live in Europe.
can't-
You have to watch.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Isn't it like law
I'll
or
watch
whatever?
all
Yeah.
the Europe period piece stuff. I haven't watched
I know what kind of
Downton Abbey. I haven't
know-
watched that, but
I know what
I've
kind of
watched
European movies you watch.
The one with the squiggly line
European
in it.
Vacation. Now that is a good movie.
Yeah.
No, different things on Netflix and stuff, but
I confess to nothing. I don't know what I watch. Yeah. Things happen. We're alive. We make mistakes. We learn.
true that. So this one, the divine irony of the Son of Man.
Yeah. This.
Okay, now when I seen this
Yeah.
come out, I'm like, all right, what is he trying to get at? I want to get it. I picked it up and I didn't read it right away because I was reading.
Still
other things.
hasn't read it.
No, I did. I didn't read it. What? See it.
Well, it's got all the
was
pages,
marked
so you haven't used it as toilet paper.
No, it's still white and not brown. But the title is a little confusing.
Okay, I'm horrible
So-
at entitling
No,
things.
and, and that's fine. But
Except for that was a good one.
Explain it because
Well, what this is, this goes back to me being lazy.
all right.
You know, at least we ain't calling him out. He calls himself out. I mean, that's pretty good.
I calls them as I sees them. One of the things I do as a Rosicrucian, I always try to produce one thing because there's a study group in London, okay? And I figure as part of my self-education and my contribution to the order, I try to produce one thing per year. Like one year I did a lecture on non-Hebrew sacred languages. Coptic, Georgian, all this other stuff. And this we did, I think we did this one, I could be wrong, when I was just swamped with work. And I'm like, you know what? I got this paper I wrote in grad school, which, by the way, I'm a dropout of grad school. You know, these things happen. You know, what can you do?
Not a beauty school dropout.
Huh?
You're not a beauty school dropout, are you?
No, I'm not beauty anything. And so I said, well, I got this old paper on Kabbalistic Christianity, so, you know, I'll just clean up a couple of typos. It'll get done. And so I emailed the guy in charge. Yeah, I got a paper all ready and raring to go. Okay, you're next month. And me being the obsessive person that I am when I do something artistic, I'm like, I'll clean up the typos. This is 3 weeks before the meeting, and you have people from all over the world at this thing. I start going through, and I'm like, and I have that gut-sinking feeling. I was like, oh my, I don't believe this got in here. I don't believe the professors didn't catch this.
I was not in control of that situation at all.
Something about that.
It's in
there.
the book. Yeah, I admit to it.
See, you thought I didn't read it.
Hey, he actually read
he
the first,
read the book.
he read the first 2 pages. That's
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know,
And so I'm sitting there like
he
this.
read more than I did.
Oh,
All
thank
right.
you. I'm sitting there like this on my computer. I don't believe it. I got to do this. I promised it. So I'm working night and day. The only thing that's really original, maybe 5 pages out of the 40, you know. And I mean, there are pages where there's more footnotes than book,
Yeah.
you know.
But
And
that's a good thing.
it got
because
done right.
You had to fix what you had to fix.
This
I
is
mean,
one of the. This book is. It was a combination of this book and this book. I think that got me into European Society for the Study of Western Esoterism.
I like the footnotes.
Well, that's all
because
this
I
is
hate
worth.
it when anybody, especially in a Masonic book,
Here we
they make
go.
a claim
Yeah.
and they can't back it up.
Well, no. See, that drives me right up the wall.
It's one thing if it's your opinion. I totally understand that.
Yeah, but how
when
many-
you say this is accurate, this is true.
Yeah, guys, come on.
know.
No, but that's the thing. Show your math. I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer. If you can't show your math, keep your mouth shut.
true.
You know. So that's why these. So what ended up happening is fixing the main text. This probably took 5 or 6 days. The footnotes were another 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
That's what took all the time with the footnotes. And then what was really embarrassing, I said, Because what happened was the tradition is when you give a talk there, you give everybody a copy. I'm like, well, this is the culmination of essentially like 16 years of work, what I did way back then, and all the learning since. And there is no other book written on this topic, period. So I talked to him, the guy in charge. I'm like, look, I'm not going to give electronic copies. However, anybody who's a member of Metropolitan College, they'll get a copy of the book when it's done. And I went out there for a meeting, and I just brought a show copy. Mm-hmm. And there was one glaring error in the conclusion chapter in the Hebrew. And I didn't catch it because I was just so gaga by the end of it. I'm like, here, and I signed it. And when I was doing the last, because I told him there's one, like a typo I have to fix when I get home, and I'll do it. And as I was fixing typo, I did one last run through. I'm like, and it made me look like a complete idiot.
I do that all the time. Hey, guys, the show's up. I want you to watch it because, I want to see if I missed something. I should do something. So I get it. When you're self-publishing and then you're checking your own work.
Well, no, but
I understand you guys are busy.
It's self-publishing, but we do it on
our
our own. We have our own publishing company, which makes it even worse. What kind of publishing house do you have?
Have you seen things on? I am a terrible speller. I'm bad with names, so I make errors a lot. But have you been reading anything on the internet from any kind of legitimate news source? There's errors all over the place.
They're like 2 years.
Because everybody's just get the information out.
Yeah, everyone wants to just pump it out.
If they're making those mistakes, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're a hack anyway, right? Yeah.
Just leave it, and then in the next edition, you're like, yeah, I know I messed up here, but live with it. Here's the correction.
I got your money. Who cares? No, but no, I saw that and my stomach hit the floor, so I did the last correction. I called the brother. I'm like, throw that copy out. He's like,
well, then get your together.
He might or might not have. I don't care. But I gave him a newer copy of the corrected text, which is the thing. But
is this the corrected text?
This is the corrected. No. It didn't go to publication. No. Trust me. Okay. This is the corrected text, but this goes through typology, because like St. Paul talks about typology, Adam's the type of Christ and all this stuff, but it applies it to the Nephilim.
Yeah.
So, and there's no other book written on this. Now, is it right? Is it wrong? Honestly, I don't know. I show on that. So, if nothing else, it's a good thought exercise.
Yeah, and I did look up some of the footnotes, because it's just how I am. I looked it up. Yeah, see, yeah. I look up stuff. I'm like, okay, I know you. I take your word for it, but I'm like, if I something
trust
I'm not
but verify.
Sure of, I'm like, I just want to see it. Not that I don't trust you. I just want to see it.
Whatever.
But if you're not telling me something, I should know. Then maybe
no, I mean you can't really say that because you're putting in what your research is.
Right.
This is your opinion. This is what you have come up with. This is what you have written down.
And that's
you're not saying that it's I'm right, everybody else is wrong.
On this one, definitely not.
Yeah.
On
so
this
no,
one.
Like, yeah, this one. But no, like, it's you get guys that come out and they do lectures, they do this, they do that. And when they're just like, this is it and that is it, you're like, is it though?
I had a very interesting conversation on alchemy the other day, and it's this. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, with that, we're gonna have to take a break real quick.
I need more alcohol.
Yeah, he's a little thirsty. His beer's gone. We gotta.
Thanks. Thanks, Wes.
That's how it goes. So, all right, everyone. We'll be right back. And we're back. We are
Sort of.
talking somewhat.
Somewhat.
We are talking with John Meek about his books that he wrote. Again, The Divine Irony of the Son of Man, The Best Little Lodge Hall in Texas, and now 3 Distinct Knocks, not to be confused with
The original.
the original.
I
Three
didn't know
Distinct Knocks,
existed until I actually was
written in the
done.
1800s or 1700s.
Well, that shows you how much Masonic literature I actually read.
Remember when I asked you? I'm like, well, we originally did this over Zoom, and I asked
Yeah.
about the
Is
title.
it an influence? I had no idea it existed.
That was great. I was not expecting that. So
Real quick, it's kind of funny that Wes just dropped that right now. The original interview.
I still haven't read it.
This is not the first time Wes and Don are having this discussion right now. Recently, we had a mishap and we've lost some or deleted some of our stuff. We are in the process of getting some of our material back. Just a little tidbit for you guys, a little behind the scenes for everybody watching right now.
So what happened was our last episode we were trying to get out, not last episode, but the one with Brent.
The Roger Up episode.
I had to get that out real quick. So I downloaded everything the night we recorded. Okay, so I was up till like 3 a.m. downloading all this stuff. And all of a sudden I wake up in the morning, I start to go to get it. It wouldn't load. Oof. What's going on? It wouldn't recognize the external drive. I'm like, no, there's a year's worth of stuff in here. So
I had that happen where
hopefully it'll come back.
Hopefully
it'll come back.
To make it feel worse, I had a computer and an external hard drive crash at once with books that were half written.
Oh gosh, yeah, that sucks. So
yeah, let's discuss three distinct knocks.
So
who wrote that again? Oh, sorry, yeah.
I guess
never mind.
I was told it was you. I mean, it's got your name on it, but that could be a typo.
Oh,
all right. Let me
Thanks for
try
the
and
cue.
read some of the questions I wrote out. But all right.
Let me put on my best politician face.
All right. Let's see. You mentioned that you first thought you knew more than what you did when you first joined Freemasonry, and now after all these years, you realize you didn't really know as much as you thought you did. How humbling was that for you to find out as a brother?
Well, Bob. Wes. Well, Wes. Well, actually, no, it's a strange thing because here's the reality. I'm one of those people where I automatically assume I don't know everything. I assume I'm going to make a mistake. That's how I approach these books. I know it's not going to be perfect as I'm producing it. So when I first wrote that, I was young and full of wind and vinegar. And that was a lot more acerbic than it is now. So it was pretty, all the things I complain about people now on the internet, that was the stuff I put in that book. I said the same exact stuff. That's why it drives me nuts, because I know what they're thinking. So, I was a brand new, probably a junior deacon when I wrote the first edition of that. Mm. And when I joined, I was a Mason for all of a month. And then I was senior steward. And then I went from that, 6 or 7 months, whatever. And then I was junior deacon. And I noticed guys weren't coming back, guys weren't bothering, whatever. So I wrote a really acerbic, just really biting, nasty book. It was fun. It was actually, if you get a copy of that, it's funny in parts. But
I got a little bit of that.
Well,
here,
yeah.
so.
You know what? This book has the unique distinction of being the only book in the only Masonic book in history to discuss blow-up sheep.
All right.
It may actually be on that page. I think it's either in the introduction or the first chapter.
Gosh, I'm not sure.
And but as I went up the different positions as an officer, became master of the lodge, became a grand officer, moved to Europe, started doing stuff. I started noticing, some of the ideas I had were either flat out wrong, or I didn't understand the whole thing to begin with. Because, when you're here, you think Masonry is how we're doing it, because as we know, there's no additions, changes, whatever. Yeah, but when you get out in the big bad world, you realize, well, what we do over here has absolutely no bearing in other parts of the world at all.
No, it doesn't.
And so it's like, oh, I was wrong. And then when you see all these different practices, and then you realize, well, I was probably too harsh in that remark, even though I got to figure out how to keep it in there because it's particularly funny. Then it's like, I have to rewrite this. Thank goodness only 20 copies sold. But,
So not a bestseller.
no, but it was this, well, I had a friend, I'm a would-be musician, and...
Oh, you too.
Yeah. Yeah. At least I'm better than they are, right? And you too, right? Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
But no, jokes aside, and I remember back when I was in college, I was complaining at my friend. I said, yeah, I'm not here. He's like, just shut up. You know how you're going to do something? Write garbage. And eventually it's going to be good. And the funny thing is, we were down in Greece a couple of months ago for a pre-recording with this. They're actually very well known internationally, this band called Mesequer. We know one of the guys in it. And he was giving...
That sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
I probably...
Yeah, they've been on magazine covers and everything.
Okay, that band sounds really familiar.
I'm thinking Meshuggah, but
No.
completely different band.
Yeah. And the main guy, who's a friend of ours, he was showing my son a couple of things. He said, my son got a little shy. He said, no, just play something. It could be horrible. Just play it. Just do something. And it's the same advice I got. And this is one of the top guitarists in the world right now. I mean, he's on magazine covers and stuff. And so it's like, well, my first book just said that belongs not just in the dumpster, that is the dumpster fire. So I'm going to it's COVID, business is hard. I'll rewrite it. And so there's probably, like this one, probably 5 original pages in it. Because that's how bad it was. I mean, it was rip-roaring bad. But
I giggled reading some of this. I thought, some of the things you said in here were pretty funny.
But that's the thing. But with the thing, was it a humbling experience? Yes, it was, because I had to go back and rethink a lot of the stuff I thought I knew. I thought I knew more than I did.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you mentioned that.
And that's the thing. As you go on in Masonry, if you don't have that experience, well, yeah, I thought I knew my hind end from a hole in the wall. If you don't have that and you realize there is actually a difference, then you're not doing something right, because there's so much different stuff out there. You will be wrong on something. I'm going to be wrong still on stuff. I mean, I just realized 3 weeks ago I was wrong on something major.
It was at this moment.
No, it happens. And you know what, dude? At least you could admit it. There are guys that will not, no, this is how it is, and that's...
Don't get me started.
Yeah, at least you could admit, hey, I could be wrong, or I am wrong, and you're willing to learn from it. That's very commendable.
We talk about breaking off the superfluous pieces of life.
That's a big
when
word.
we're making...
That's the point, though.
The man. But when
wanna
you're
be the
breaking
man,
those
gotta beat
off,
the man.
you make mistakes. But
Yeah.
that mistake sometimes turns into a perfection when you're chiseling away more pieces.
We've said it time and time again. We said it in the first segment. I said it, or was it? Wait, was it in the segment?
No.
The
The camera said it.
camera said it.
Yeah.
When I was like, when I said, see, now I'm having a brain fart, and I don't know what I just said.
Did it, Ranks?
Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
He's
I haven't even
like,
drank. I had one beer. I've had one beer.
And he's drinking water here. What's wrong?
No, it's Sprite. It's Sprite.
So, going into the introduction, you say, or just before the introduction,
I
the
said,
preface.
what?
Okay, you say this, as I will go into later in this book, there is a place for many types of men in Freemasonry.
Oh, yeah. Well, because...
That's great, because we're not just one kind of person, one kind of man, one kind of brother. We're all different.
There's
we all
different-
come in with
Exactly.
different ideas.
There's different guys. I mean, Masonry, I think, sits in a unique position. I mean, and you probably got a question on this. I'll ruin it. Don't worry.
Don't worry
for
about it. Ruin it.
There is that esoteric core, but not all guys will go into that. Not all guys are ritualists. Not all guys want to bother with that group, the Grotto.
Whoa, buddy, relax.
But we all do different things. And Masonry is unique in that it allows us all to work towards that common goal. I hate buzz phrases. They just drive me insane. But making good men better really seems to be about the best way to describe. That's about the most universal way of seeing it.
That should be everyone's goal. That's the main goal, is to be a better person, be a better man in
everybody
life.
has the idea of what a good man is.
And nobody
has a different idea.
everyone has a different idea,
And people are
and
going to
everyone's
judge you
going
because,
to.
okay,
You know,
I see this as a good man. You're not doing what I think, so are you a good man? No, yes, you are.
listen, man. The bottom line is, are you a good man to those who are around you?
Exactly.
That's the point.
Okay,
And there's
that's the
different ways
point.
to do it.
I mean, come on, man. You know, we got guys who do not care for us.
But
you know what? Oh well.
Don't confuse being a good man with the difference of being nice and kind. Right? We got to realize that in other people.
No, you do. You really do. You know, you don't know what is going on in their life. You know, you don't know what, not everything needs a reaction. Okay? Yeah, I know everyone says that whole, every action is a reaction.
No.
If it's not an extreme, like you really don't need to make a big deal about it. You know, I mean, somebody will check them eventually. You know, as long as it's nothing like threatening. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if you like you snap, you're like, hey, all right, man, sorry. You know, you don't need to like rain the fire upon somebody just because they're a little curt with you. Yep. You know, like you really don't. Like you deal with what you deal with, dude. You know, I know you don't like talking about it, but we understand. You know, I couldn't handle going through what you do every day. You know, I couldn't handle that. And I understand, sometimes you're a little rough around the edges, but all of us are. All of us are. We all have our moments, Some of us, we have better tells than others. Like me, if everybody knows when I'm in a bad mood. Yeah. Because, I'm usually fucking laughing about something, and if I'm like, everyone's like, what the hell's wrong with Yoshi? It happens, man.
Everybody has their quirks.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so many different people in Masonry. And
That's the point. We're all different.
Yeah.
And it's unique. I mean, you have your Martinists doing this, your Rosicrucians doing that, whatever. They all have a very centralized thing. We don't, except to make a guy better.
Yeah.
right.
Try to make him better. Try to open up his mind to the world.
Join the grotto.
At large. Yeah, go and join the grotto.
We all, there's different roads for everybody.
That's very true. We've talked about that plenty of times.
Not everybody's going to agree with the road.
That's the point. That's
the
what-
roads never complain. It's the people that
Exactly.
complain about the roads
Exactly.
you take.
Exactly.
That's
Look, dude, you can go that way, or that way.
But that's the beauty of Masonry, because not all roads, because we do get screwballs periodically. But,
yeah.
but reasonably speaking, all roads do lead to Rome.
Yeah.
You want to be a Grottoman, be a Grottoman. You want to be CBCS, be CBCS. You want to be a widow's son, be a widow's son.
Right. But we're all Freemasons.
Doing something. We're all doing something.
Chose a different road.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, you participate in your Blue Lodge, however much you do or whatever, but our home always starts there. And everybody
That's
goes to
the
different
core.
roads.
But that's the point. We have a core, but it expresses itself in many. It's like truly is a diamond.
Right. Well, it kind of
There's
covers
a lot of
that,
us that are in the rough still.
like you talk about the lodge as a sacred space. How sacred is the lodge?
No, seriously.
I mean,
what
you
it
can
is,
give us as many definitions as you want, but
no, what it is this is where you start going into. I hate the term, just because what it's turned into recently. We were talking earlier, though. I hate the term esoteric Masonry. It just drives me nuts. But there actually is an esoteric component to Masonry. It is the core. It's the beating heart of Masonry. Okay. So without giving away any secrets, because I'm involved, I have way too many obligations on my head.
you might have broken some by now.
No. I'm real careful in what I'm saying, if you notice. But when you open a lodge, when you go through those motions, you know what it is here in Illinois. It's a little different in Bulgaria, but it's basically the same stuff. You're opening up from the everyday space into an ethereal space. It's almost, for lack of a better term, a plane shift. We are operating in an esoteric working. Okay? That's the sacred space, and the better we do this with more intention, more paying, more attention, more paying attention to this, more input of the will, the more, again, I hate, the more energy, I guess, is that what you say over here? The more energy you have in it. And that really builds up the egregore. And that also contributes to the experience, the spiritual experience of the candidate. I mean, yeah, you go through the motions, do whatever it is, and he's still going to be a Mason. But the more you focus on this stuff, the better quality you're going to get. I mean, no matter what, it's going to work. But the quality is what we're talking about here.
Right.
And that's the sagridity of the lodge space. It's not the physical lodge hall building or room. It's that plane. It's the spiritual plane we're operating on that's sacred. As we open, how we open in Illinois, and those watching is you open in your jurisdiction, because it all does the same basic thing. We're actually setting aside the what we say in Europe, the profane world, and going into something else, a sacred space, being set aside for something spiritual.
Yeah, exactly. When it is like that here. With the simple fact is like, when you walk into a lodge, when you're outside in the hallway, you're downstairs in the kitchen or the eating area or whatever, there's the normal horseplay, of us
What
just
are
being
you
men,
doing? Oh.
of us being men, and
Really?
talking to each other, breaking each other's chops,
Yeah.
whatnot. But once you enter the lodge room, even before the opening, that's kind of when you start slipping into that. All right, we're here to do a
That's
thing.
the point.
You're right.
And then once the lodge is opened, that's where no, this is serious business.
Right.
Well, that's the point.
And then
we still crack jokes, but it's within a certain.
it's in due bound.
Yeah,
it
but
really
yes.
is. But
because it's like, how many times have we been like, just talking and we say something stupid like, "Hey," like,
Oh, yeah.
The lodge isn't open, but somebody had opened a Bible or it's out, and we're like, oh, my bad. Obviously, our language on the show, but when we're in lodge, and it's a lodge meeting, somebody, what the hell is that?
I don't know. It's
Somebody's doing like Morse code.
It's haunted.
I wouldn't doubt it. We've had.
We've had some weird stuff,
but we've had that. My bad. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. It's like nobody's like, hey, dude. It's just kind of like
out.
And like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm sorry.
Look, it happens. It happens.
I mean,
But for the most part, though, it is. It gets once everything starts into that motion, everyone is in work mode. Exactly. That's what we're here to do. We're here to do work.
But here's the other thing he brought up about laughing. There is a principle talking about the sacred jester. That little humor element. Now it's heavily frowned upon in Freemasonry, but in other traditions it does exist. So I am not encouraging or allowing it, but you do have that aspect.
Right. We talk about because we just had an outdoor third degree.
Oh, in Danville?
Yorkville. Yeah. So.
Oh, Yorkville. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. No big deal. And we always read, what is it?
Yeah, that part where
53A.
No laughing, no joking.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, because the guy's not trying to do it. When I do the Wayfaring Man, I do him differently. I change my voice and everything. And because to me, the Wayfaring Man, he's not always an honest guy. Just because you meet a stranger on the street doesn't mean he's honest. So I kind of play it, I do everything like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
But sometimes I play it like a scumbag, or I play it like, I'm a nice guy. And some people find it funny, and I'm not trying to be funny. That's just me.
No.
I
Like,
cannot
honestly,
help if somebody else finds something funny.
listen,
But
honestly,
that's the thing.
look at. I mean, there's no there should not be any serious horseplay going on during the third.
Right.
There
there's
really
no more pranks
isn't.
and
But
things like
that doesn't happen. But sometimes, you're acting. Okay, that's what we're essentially doing. When we're going through.
Part, yeah.
Yeah, we're acting, and sometimes things. You're in the moment. You're reading what you're supposed to. Well, not reading, but your lines. You're saying what you're supposed to say, but you're still acting. And especially if you're in a room full of people who know you, brothers who know you, you know, and you do a voice or whatever, you know,
yeah, your
it's
voice
like
cracks or
you're
something.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
your
mean-
voice. You're gonna there's gonna
gonna
be that
get you.
chuck. There's gonna be that, you know.
Yeah, it happens. It's not like you're purposely trying to like.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna make this into a joke.
Look, but we've said this before. Bottom line is this: when it comes down to everything, did the candidate have a good time? Did the candidate enjoy?
Will he remember
You know,
it?
will he remember it? Will he? You know, will he come back? You know, did he? Bottom line is, did he get something from it and enjoy himself, or did we just waste his time and ours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question.
No, I agree.
That's-
So before you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I
Excuse me.
interrupt you?
No.
Did I say something?
No, we're gonna take another break. We're gonna come back for another segment. I got a couple more questions on your book and yeah.
I'm wearing a burqa?
Burqa?
Yeah.
Oh, burqa.
That's just in Turkey the other day.
Nice. You bring any delights?
Oh,
Oh, I found a place that sells Turkish delights. I can't wait to go. So
Oh, really?
yes, here.
where?
I don't have permission to. I'll show you later. So, anyways, we'll be right back.
Secret delights, secret delights. 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 Secret delights, secret delights.
All right, everyone, we're back, and we are still with John Meek, talking
Still.
about his books and laughing about them too.
They're bored.
You know what? Hold on, real quick before we get into the next few questions here.
Don't spill my drink, I'll
John,
kill you.
oh no, I would never.
cut
I would
you.
never. John, now, where can the brethren and our millions of followers out there get these wonderful books of yours?
Well, that's a good-looking question, Brother Yoshi. You can either go to Amazon.com or Lulu.com. Lulu.com, I'll get the bigger cut. However, Amazon.com, I'll get the sales numbers up, and I can be a bestseller. Doubtfully.
All right, you
Oh,
heard
I
it.
peaked out at number 7.
Hey,
Nice.
I ordered
As a
all
Masonic
my
books?
John Meek.
That's cool, dude.
I ordered all your books on Lulu.
Thank you. That's why I got the good cut. No, but I peaked out at number 7 for Masonic books.
Oh, really?
Is it the one in your pants? No. Where's the other one? Where's my 3 distinct knocks? Where'd
That's
they
that
go?
one right there.
Oh, right there. No, no, not the one in your pants. This one that you got open with your no. Glasses. No, not that one. That one did really well too. But this one, I peaked at number 7 as Masonic books on Amazon.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I remember, I think I talked to you about this. I'm like, where should I go to buy them? Because at one point, this book,
Was like $35.
$42.
Do you know why?
It went from $10 to $42.
No, do you know why? Because the original version, when I first did it on Lulu, it was like a weird size if I wanted color, and the raw materials were like $16.50, and then the distribution costs of the distribution chain were another $10 whatever dollars, and then Lulu the printer wanted a couple of bucks, and I would anytime a book would sell. I would give $1 to the lodge.
Very nice.
So it was $34, $35 just so I can get $1.25 out of the thing.
Wow.
If it went through Amazon. Now, the 2 people that went through Lulu, just because there was no Amazon fee, I would get like $10 per book. Because how the pricing goes is it's a yes or no question. You want to go through Amazon, you have to pay the fees when it sells through Amazon. But if it doesn't, if you can con all the people,
All right.
if you can gently convince all the people to go directly through Lulu, you don't get charged those
Okay.
convenient fees.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hey,
And
where do
knowing
you
is
want me
half
to
the battle.
Where are you
G.I.
going to get the
Joe.
biggest cut? That's where
I get
wanted
the
to
biggest
order
cut out of Lulu.
from. Yeah. We'll put all that up on the description
Yeah.
for you to find
And
the
like
books.
this one, this is actually a split cut because Tommy gets a part of that.
Oh, okay.
So I get a part, Tommy gets a part, and Brahan gets a part.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. All right, so back to this book, Three Distinct Knocks.
Yeah, who
Chapter
wrote that again?
6. I'm going to put my name on it soon. If you keep
I'll kill you.
Chapter 6, The New Guy. This may sound a little callous, but I don't believe you're wrong.
And you're quoting page numbers and you want me
Yeah.
to remember?
Yeah. I forgot why. I put
Tough
that.
crowd today.
Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm not on board with seeing money as an equaling commitment, but I do agree that lodges do not need to be beautified and updated because nobody wants to go to the lodge hall that's falling apart.
Yeah, I'm not on board with seeing money as a commitment. Okay, so basically what I'm saying with that, now that I threw it at you, basically what I'm saying with that is there's got to be a balance. You got to pay the lights. You got to pay all the different things. You have to have a little money set on the side if you want to buy a library. You have to have an emergency fund. You have to have a beautifying fund.
Mm-hmm.
You want to look into the future. Absolutely. So your lodge dues, I don't know what it is in America. I've been out for too long, but when I was still here, it was like 50, 60, 70-ish. It was
Yeah, most
reasonable.
lodges are
This,
still
you know,
about that,
okay.
yeah.
So
Mine's just over 100.
well, that's because you belong to Swanky Lodge number
No,
69.
it's not that. We did the math and like just to keep things running. We
Yeah,
needed
but
to,
that's
you know.
no. But I mean, you also need some buffer. You need
Yeah,
some
yeah.
funds for
Yeah.
whatever little.
You know what? I mean, honestly, when it comes down to this, is look at man. I love my lodge.
Yeah.
I love my lodge building.
Do you bother showing up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
once in a while.
You know.
Why not? Yeah.
No, I mean I'm dedicated. The only thing I really I try as hard as I can. The really thing I'm really lacking in is really commandery, and I feel bad, but
You're better than I am. I can guarantee.
look at it's
Showing
just
up once.
I moved.
Yeah.
And it's gotten hard to get all the way out there, and it's on a Friday, and I have
Forget it. I don't go to Friday meetings for
well,
anybody.
no, it's not even that. It's just I have so many things that are on Friday. I have so many groups that meet on Friday.
I won't go to a
and
Friday
I can't
meeting.
see. I prefer it because I'm off weekends, so I prefer things on Friday.
Well, weekends are
that's
off for
why.
me
that's
too,
why
but-
like my
Really?
the meet. Yeah. Huh?
Really?
What?
You prefer things on Friday?
Yeah, I do.
Really? What about that York Rite thing you joined?
Which one?
Exactly. It meets on a Friday.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, I need Friday. You know, I still got my kid. You know,
I know,
Well, he's somewhere. Yeah. No, but that's the thing. Fridays are for shenanigans for me. Weekends, I just.
Well, see, that's the thing is our grotto meets on Friday.
Okay.
I mean, the ladies come. You know, like
Yeah.
well, now that we started the daughter, we have a Shiloh Daughters chapter now.
Oh, nice.
So now, like,
Congratulations.
we're gonna what's the word I'm looking for?
Bother
We're
showing up?
like we're gonna start switching. Like we'll be upstairs 1 month, and then they'll be downstairs, and we'll you know, and then we all go out to the bar afterwards or a restaurant afterwards.
See, that
you
I
know?
would go
like,
to.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, then there's Eastern Star meets on the Friday. Then York Rite meets on Friday. But really, what it comes down to is, dude, bro, like it's over an hour drive now. You know, for me to get there.
Yeah, that's
you
why
know,
I said, hey,
and
I gotta cut
that's
down on some things. I mean,
yeah, you know,
but
and
we do this.
But you know, I try. You know, and you know, it is
We're
what it
just
is.
excusing the three of us. We don't bother.
Yeah, I know, right?
But the thing is, with this, the whole point of that is you have to do stuff for the lodge. You have to have money, but don't use money as a way to keep guys out. As a litmus test for devotion.
No, there are lodges that charge a little too much,
and they know what I think of them too. Because one.
Listen, we talked earlier.
Yeah,
we talked earlier.
No, but one invited me before I left. You want to join? It's 5 minutes from your house. You know where I used to live, and over here. And I'm like, okay, cool. How much? I was like, what was it, 100 or 200 or something? This is back when I was still living here. I'm like, brother, with all due respect, no. Well, why not? It's close. I said, just on the money. Not that I'm being cheap. I mean, I am cheap. I can make Lincoln scream when I pinch pennies. But it's American. The hallmark of American Masonry is that any man could join as long as you have the character. You know. So what do you do with a good janitor? What do you do with the good, I don't know if you still have them here, but the good village workers where they just do miscellaneous labor.
Yeah. No, they're village employees. They're still city employees.
My old man was one of those.
Yeah.
So I'm very sensitive to this. I mean, I've been dirt poor at points in my life.
No, I get you.
So it's like the money. You have to have the lights. You have to have investment. You have to have a future. You have to have funds to make things nice, libraries, whatever.
Yeah.
But that should not be a litmus test for Masonic devotion.
No, it
Period.
should. No, it should not be. No. It really, truly should not be. And it's sad that there are some places that are like that. But honestly, again,
Europe is different.
You don't got to join them.
Well, that's
you don't got to join them.
This is true. This is true.
And that's the way I look at it. Is like we've said this time. I've said this time and time again on the show, out there in the world, talking to different guys, meeting different guys. It's
By
like
Geico?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You're gonna save yourself 15%.
Yeah, we're general guys.
Yeah.
Well, Shaq was
he's
on it, that's why.
it's true. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why. Ooh.
Man, he can roll with stuff.
No, I think I can. But what the bottom line when it comes to all that is, you got to get in where you fit in.
Yes.
And I've been saying that forever. If that is not you, that is not you, and that's the beauty. Because there's especially in the United States.
There's a reason why they ask, have you petitioned other lodges?
Yeah.
Because there's certain lodges. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not against you joining. This lodge may not be the right fit for you.
Well, exactly.
And you know what?
Exactly.
I understand how that might sound a little bit offensive, but the
not.
thing is like
you got to explain it to them
like,
the right
okay,
way.
what sport are you good at? What kind of atmosphere do you like? Because you're going to go to a concert with that atmosphere that you like, and you're going to want to go wherever the atmosphere you fit in.
See,
it's like, but when you go somewhere you don't like, you automatically know.
Exactly.
Why would you want to join?
Exactly.
That's actually what I asked for the Rosicrucian College when I talk to the candidates. Before I even get the first spiel I give them. One of the things that I'm talking to you for is to make sure, yes, you're good for us. You have to be good for us. But the other thing is, are we good for you?
Exactly.
Because not only are you not going to bother showing up, let's face it, you might even end up hating us.
Yeah.
You're going to be so frustrated. So we have to figure, do you want to be a Rosicrucian? Do you want to be a Martinist? Do you want to, or maybe nothing at all? You're going to be happy just...
And that goes in with not just giving a guy a petition as soon as he walks in. Hey, come in, get to know us, let us get to know you. I'm not saying you're bad for Freemasonry, but we might not be doing the things that you like at this lodge.
Yeah.
No, this lodge over here
might be exactly what. Yeah. You're gonna
I'm
walk in there and
none
be like,
of us don't like
yeah.
you. Just the way we're doing things here might not fit with
it's true.
What you want to
It's
do.
very true. Like, I can't tell you how many times someone's come in and be like, man, I like you and everything, but maybe we're not for you. And we've had guys come in, it's like, hey, yeah, I went to this lodge or that lodge, and they actually said that maybe I should come over here and meet you guys. And they've stuck around, because why are you going to pay money? Why are you going to pay time? Because time is money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Why are you going to pay time to be somewhere and with people that you're not happy with?
Great example. All of us doing this show. You and Marty are Villa Park. Brock and I are Raven 303. We didn't all jump on board like, I'm going to join your lodge and join this. It had nothing to do with money.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it did,
no,
but it
there's
had to do with
what,
distance, but it
1,
might not be a good fit for us. We get along, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get along with everybody at Villa Park. Doesn't mean you're going to get along with everybody at Raven.
I mean, dude, what
Or
we
even
have,
Azure LaGrange.
well, we have like about 5 or 6 lodges represented on our show.
Right.
And yeah, we've all come together because we are of our kind. We have all gone through our Blue Lodges, our York Right Bodies, our Grottos, and we have met each other through everything. And it's like, I need to be in this guy. Need to.
We all belong to the same grotto.
We do. That's the only thing.
You're the guest.
You come on. Now.
We're leaving
You
you
know,
out of
come
it.
on
You're
now.
a book writer.
You know,
We left
you're
you
just
out of it.
visiting right now. You're just visiting right now. All right, don't even get all buttered
Listen,
about
people,
that.
they haven't outright called me a foreigner yet. Yeah.
Whatever, foreigner. All right.
Now they did.
No, okay. Or what I was saying earlier about the new guide, chapter 6, page 32
I'm
and
sorry.
33.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We owe the prospect nothing until he is a brother.
Yes.
The prospect, if he is not good for the lodge, could cause irreparable damage to the lodge. So vote for the lodge's interest, not the prospect's feelings. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Page 33. If this, now you're talking
Proof
about
texting.
mentoring. If the student is obviously not trying, the teacher should let the student fall away, as chances are he would never show up to another meeting or degree once raised.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about that, but you know what? You are right.
No,
Do you know what?
No,
you know
you're
what I
right.
do? Do you know what I do? in one of
Because
my
if some
groups?
guy is going through and
Yeah.
you can tell,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't mean anything bad by this, but dude, if you really don't want to do it, you don't have to. I'm not pushing you to do this. If somebody in your family is, talk to them because it's okay. I get it.
Well, that's why I tell guys, look, I've got friends that aren't Masons. I got friends that aren't in things. You have to stuff them in. But on that one, do you know one of the things I do in London? If a guy gets a
I
petition,
don't know anything you do in London.
it's a good time. One of the things I do, if I send a petition to a guy, I may talk to him and we may be friends and talk about everything else. I'll never mention that petition. He's got to send it back to me. Do you know why? Because you want it. Okay. Now, do you want in because it's a Cadillac club? Do you want in because of the lapel pin? Do you want in for what? And one of the little things I look at, do you reply to that petition? Do I have to nag on you?
Right.
So
Yeah. No.
I send out that petition, dear brother, whatever, it seems appropriate to send out the petition. Here it is. Please return it to me when you're able to. Then we'll go to the next step. Never mention it again. We'll talk about everything else, good and bad, but never that petition.
Okay.
No, I agree. There's guys I've met and they're like, oh, you're a Freemason? I'm interested in joining. I'm like, tell you what, I'll give you the data lodge meets
Yeah.
and everything. I'll text you that. After that,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not going to bother you again.
No, I won't.
Right.
I
You
won't
tell
do
me
it
you're
either.
interested, fine. I'm going to text you once, but I'm never going to text you
Yeah,
again.
I got a kid I just invited because where I'm invitations normal. I said, look, I'm not going to pressure you, but he can't just. You don't know where to go. So this is what it is. Make up your mind. I'll never ask you again.
Mm-hmm. No, I've talked to a few friends and people here and there about it, and I'll give them the information they need, and after that, that's up to them. It's not quite the to be one ask one, but it's my version of it. If someone asks me something or if I meet
it's
somebody,
different here.
it really is.
To be
But
one, ask one, I think is still good, but we shouldn't rely on that.
No, we shouldn't rely on that totally. All I'm saying is someone sees my regalia, sees the ring or whatever, someone sees whatever I'm doing on social media, like if a friend of mine, a family member, they ask me about it, I'll tell them about it, I'll give them whatever information that I can give them, and then that's it. I won't be like, hey, so, meeting next Thursday, you want to come on by or whatever? No, I'm not. There is one or two guys that I am friends with that are non-Masonic that I think it would be good for them. I really think it would be good for them, but I talk nonchalantly about it. I've never given them a petition. I've never been like, hey, why don't you, whatever. I've invited them to outings and stuff like that. But that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you'd have a good time. Just come with me, have dinner, and but
yeah. But it is what it is. But back to what you were saying though, when you what is it, page 32 and 33? You said
I have that memorized. Yes.
yeah, of course you do.
Like sometimes though, you get to that point of no return.
Yeah.
And once it's said and done, and you can't be like, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
You're like,
I think you've
you know,
heard of me bitch about it.
There's been a few times, well, like twice, that I'm like, what did we do? But you know what? We met with them, talked with them, hung out with them. They went through the paces that we usually give guys.
Some guys put on a good game, man.
They do. And then all of a sudden, after everything's said and done, or when it's happening, you're like, they flip it, and you're like, oh no.
I'll tell you one other thing I do off the air. I have another technique for that.
It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those Masonic secrets everyone keeps talking about.
So if anybody's really curious, you better show up at the bar while we're all good and tanked.
Right.
What next proof test
I thought you were
are you
going
gonna
to
do?
on that. All right.
No. That's for off the air. I'm serious.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, that's gone.
It's a good time though.
Okay. Masonic education.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I mean, it is. We need more of it.
All right.
We really do.
Anyways, when it comes to Masonic education, most of it is done in blue lodges. So we'll just stay with blue lodges.
Technically, it's all Blue Lodge, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
but
So
Technically, let's behave.
I'll behave.
what education, in your opinion, nowadays is going to keep guys interested?
Oh, it depends on the lodge. It depends on the area, because what works here in Chicago.
takes on the person, really, too.
Well, but I mean, what works? But you can't just do it on one
There's
person.
different personalities in the lodge.
That's why you only let in certain people. And what's good for D.C. Gregoire is not good for Asher LaGrange. Is not good for Hesperides or stuff like that. But whatever. But it depends. I mean, one thing I used to be a big one. No, you have to have lectures during lodge. We have to fall asleep and be bored. But then
that's what I'm getting at. Why?
But some lodges are good for that. They love to listen to themselves. I'm one of them. I kissed a Blarney Storm when I was 5.
I listen to myself too damn much.
I enjoy it better than anything. But what I've noticed is that some lodges are good for that. They love getting bored. Some lodges are very good for that. Like where I'm at, to go up the degrees, you don't memorize. You write papers, and then the older guys shred it. You'll read it in open lodge, and then we start asking questions and picking it apart. And not meanly, but
okay, shred. Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry.
No.
I misunderstood.
Here's my paper. Blah blah blah. Okay, brother, that's a very good paper. I have a question on. You said whatever. What does that mean? How do you feel about this? Whatever. We discuss it openly within the context of the lodge. That's a very good thing, because as the apprentice or the what's over here, fellow craft is learning his paper, we're learning from him. And there's a dialogue that goes on, because those questions are never meant to be mean. Those are genuine questions. Well, you said this. What about that?
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I mean, after I joined over in Bulgaria, one of the new guys, our secretary actually, did a paper on the Masonic design of Washington, D.C.
We talked about that.
I told you about that. And, everybody was asking, I mean, they just, boom, not in a bad way, but all kinds of, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? Because some guys had been to America, some have not. And, this kid really did the research. And so it was just, even for me to listen to, it was fascinating.
Awesome.
Because it's like, as ethnically American, now Bulgarian, by way of immigration. And then this guy who, he's from there, talking about it. It was really weird listening to it from the other side, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. I get it.
Here. And so it's a very much education for both ends. That seems to be the best way. And then afterwards, the lodge, the bills are paid, the candidate is either accepted or rejected for the next grade, and then you go to dinner. But that's where the real discussions are.
Oh, yeah.
At dinner.
Oh, yeah. At dinner, at the bar.
Yeah.
Honestly,
because we can have alcohol.
Whiskey, beer,
at ease.
Yeah.
We're at ease.
Yeah.
Honestly, look at some of our discussions off the camera
are better than
God, it's like, but we can't show them. Sorry, guys, we can't show them.
Sorry.
They're fun. They're great, but you know what?
Everybody get a visa. Come to you. Where are we? That's not Downers Grove. What is?
No, we're Villa. We're in Villa right now.
No, Elmhurst.
Elmhurst. Oh, okay.
Come to Elmhurst. Get your visa. Come to Elmhurst. We're at the bar. It's a good time. Trust me, it's better than the show.
Yeah, we discussed
Look, we don't have the audience tonight, man. But like,
Wait, what?
God, there will be times when we're doing our shtick here, and like we'll look over, we'll see everybody just trying to hold it in, just trying to hold it in because
but that's
what we do.
Masonic discussion and education, because then it comes out who's in this order, who's in that order. Oh, well, this symbol, well, this is in Masonry, but in this group it's this, and then you start seeing how stuff evolves and dovetails.
And then
There's a reason why the ritual says at refreshment, so you can let loose.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong.
And that's
about
why we
letting
call
loose.
the show at
Yeah,
Refreshment.
there's nothing wrong about letting loose. No one's talking anything bad about any brothers or anything. We're just letting a little bit loose because we got to be a little bit more proper at life.
Because the thing is,
and that's
there's nothing wrong with
no, and that's the problem with a lot of guys, like a lot of the hate we get.
a lot of the problems.
A lot of the problems they come from these, but no, it's hot. A lot of these people who like say what they say to us on the social media, on whatever, it's like they're not getting the point of what we're doing. This is
All
not
the hecklers.
This is not an open lodge. This is not a lodge room.
No.
It's we are
never
at
meant to be
refreshment.
Right.
It's guys being who we are.
No, I was just gonna say that's where the real education happens, is at dinner after the meeting, because everybody's relaxed, and then the stuff comes, and then and then after that the mentoring happens.
Exactly.
Look, I'll give you a call tomorrow. We'll go over. I'll show you something cool.
I've learned a lot at Lodge. I've learned even more talking to the brethren after Lodge, at the bar, or even at Lodge in the mess hall, the kitchen area, whatever you want to call it. I've learned more there than I have in a lodge. I'm not talking about degrees. That's not what I'm talking about.
Honestly, that's how it should be. It really should be. That's how it is, and that's how it should be.
Programmed. All, whether it's degrees or business meeting or the formal stuff, it's all programmed to do a specific thing, which is necessary, but it doesn't have that, for lack of a better term, sloppy free form that allows for the more esoteric topics.
You're right, because even when I'm reading your books, I'm reading other books.
When he bothers.
I'm at refreshment. And it doesn't mean I'm partying, I'm drinking. I'm at refreshment, I'm reading. I'm learning something else, because when I'm at Lodge, whether it's a stated meeting or a degree meeting, I'm there for work.
Look at you exactly. You listen. When we are out here in the world, we represent the fraternity no matter what. If you got any sort of regalia or anything, you're representing the fraternity. But you know what? At the same time, we are at refreshment. We're using our 24-inch gauge to.
Wow, that's long.
I know, right?
Wow.
Thank you. to divide our day how we should. And when we're here, we do not have our working tools in our hand because we are not at labor. We are at refreshment.
I have
we're
mine
talking,
in my
we're
hand.
blowing off steam. Everybody's got to blow off steam after work.
Exactly.
We work for the fraternity, not
Exactly.
employees, but we do work for the fraternity.
Exactly.
Does the IRS know this?
Huh?
Does the IRS know this? Does Wage and Hour Division know this?
Oh, hell no. So, with that brings us to our favorite part of the episode, shout out and shout out.
Woo!
So, with that, we always toss it to our guest. Do you have a shout out you'd like to give anybody?
Well, I got a couple actually, real quickie. A quickie.
Hurry up before they shut off.
Okay, so to the brothers in Makedonska Zora in Bulgaria, one. To the guys over in London, you know who we are, in Athens. But there's a special one. Yesterday was my birthday. And I'm still
birthday.
Yeah, I didn't pick on I didn't pick on my liver to die. But my daughter, my little daughter, well, she's not little, she's 17, I'm already have a heart attack. She drew a picture. She's like, that I want as a tattoo. She drew this phoenix. And then I only want the best artists, of course. I went to Art District Chicago Tattoo today.
Okay.
Katie at Art District Chicago Tattoo did a beautiful job. I mean, because this was a two-dimensional drawing. My daughter's like, here's the drawing. I wanted to wrap around your wrist. Of course, she knows it's the hardest part to tattoo. It burns like the clap. But Katie at Art District Chicago was able to do this. Very good work, very professional, very, what's the term, efficient.
Nice.
and good pricing.
Cool.
So thank you, Katie.
Katie.
Booze time. Dang-a-lang.
Excellent. All right, everyone, that's our episode. If you haven't figured out, you're watching us on YouTube.
We are?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, all that stuff. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. So
When we're
follow
not
us if you
thrown
want.
off.
Subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Everyone, thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Secret delights. Secret delights. Secret delights. Secret delights.